Well, hello enemies book lovers, my name is Ash and welcome back to my channel. We are here for the November TBR, very exciting, although I do have to preface something though. I was supposed to do my readathon this month, but unfortunately a lot has been happening the past 2 months for me. It's been wild. I thought I was getting better, I didn't get better, I was actually getting worse, but hopefully I'm doing better now. I don't know, hopefully November is a better month for me. We'll find out, but because of that, I'm actually going to be having my readathon happening in December, so I will be doing my TBR board game this month and doing my readathon next month. So because I wasn't doing the best mentally in September and October, I kind of was slacking in my October reads. I did a decent amount of reading. I think I did like 4 or 5 books, which is really good, but I didn't finish all the books I had planned. Though I did make decent progress in Oathbringer, so I'm hoping I could finish Oathbringer in November. I should have my second part of the vlog in December, so I'm really hoping that'll happen. So yes, I should be finishing this in November. I really should be. We'll find out if it actually happens, but yes, this is on board to finish this month, well, next month. So very much looking forward to it. It's been a wild ride so far. I'm hoping it'll end amazingly, as Brandon Sanderson usually does. So I'm very much looking forward to this, but this will be brought over from October into November. And there's also a few other books I didn't really get to in October, unfortunately. Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. I think I'm gonna be putting this into a different month, probably not November. It's a very heavy book and I don't know if I really want that right now. So for now, the Dragon Republic is being pushed back. So there's a few books I haven't read, I'll put in a different month, and then some books I'll put on this TBR. So you might see some reoccurring books, not very many, but a few. So let's just hopefully they fit into my TBR game, so that way, you know, it makes sense to add to my TBR. First thing we're going to do is do the spinner wheel. We're going to see where I end up. So let's spin the wheel and I'll come back in a second. As usual, we're going to determine where the pylon is going to go for today, or this month, I guess. So what is the last one of the year going to be? Okay, it's a pink safe space. Not bad. So this is kind of ideal. If I land on it, at least I'm safe and I don't have to add any rolls. Let's see what we actually end up getting though for the month. Whew, okay. Okay, that was sad. Okay, we got the orange spot, which is another safe space, and no pylon. So this is literally perfect. I was so scared for a second. Okay, we got a safe spot, no pylon. Let's get into the board game. As you saw, I got a safe spot. So that means I don't have to worry about adding rolls, I don't have to worry about anything, no roadblocks. I am golden, I'm good to go. So with that in mind, let's start with our board game. I'm gonna leave off where I left off last time, and let's see where we end up going on the board. So we have 5 rolls. Let's start with our first one. All right, so leaving off where we left off last time on the romance path, let's see what we get for our first roll of November. So roll number 1. That's a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next book in a series, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. TBR jar. I want to continue my series. This is like my biggest priority right now. So I'm gonna go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next book in a series. With our first roll, we got next book in a series. Next book in a series is different than the series tile because next book in a series is to read a book that is from a series that you read from the prior month. So a book series I read from October, I have to continue into November. I usually don't do this. I usually separate my series. So when I read a book, I usually wait a few months in between the series I continue, which is a really bad habit I have, but I have a really hard time actually sticking in the same worlds for a long period of time. I do not binge read my series. I wish I did. I don't. But because of this tile pretty much holds me accountable and says to continue a series that I read the month prior, which I guess in this case would be this month. So the series I actually read in October were Saint of Steel by T. Kingfisher and the Grisha Trilogy by Lee Bardugo. So I had to choose between the two of them. And despite loving the Saint of Steel series so far, and I've been having a great time with it, I do want to continue the Grisha Trilogy. So I'm going to be adding Siege and Storm, which is the second book in the Grisha Trilogy. I'm having a hard time saying that. As you see, this is the second book, and I am liking it. I mean, it's really fast and easy. I'm having a good time in that regard, although obviously it's just been a really wild time to go back into an older series. I read this, I think in like 2019 or something like that. It was a while ago, okay? That's over half a decade ago now, which is crazy to think of. And I've been annotating the series so far. I've been actually highlighting them and having a good time with it. So I am looking forward to kind of continuing that process with the rest of this trilogy and kind of like highlighting parts I like and all that kind of stuff. Alina thinks she's this ordinary girl, she's an orphan, and then she comes to find out maybe she's not so ordinary. And a lot of people want her because of that. So she's in this dangerous game now of cat and mouse, and she's trying to see where she should go, who she should ally with, and who she should avoid. And I think it's pretty obvious from this point forward, but yeah, I'm getting to the second book. Very much looking forward to it. Again, very easy and fast to read. It's cracking because I guess I didn't separate the pages. It sounds so nice. Sorry. This is only 420 something pages. Not too bad. So it's reasonable. It's also YA. I can get through it so much faster than usual books, like adult books. So I'm very much looking forward to reading this, continuing the trilogy, and hopefully finishing it very early next year. I could probably finish it in December. I don't think I want to add it to my December TBR though. We'll find out. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. So anyway, going to be continuing this for the next book in the series. All right, now let's move on to our second book. Moving on to the next roll. That's a 1. Okay, well, that's easy. A romance book. For our second one, we got romance. Very, very easy and simple. Unfortunately, I did not get to a book last month that I wanted to get to, or should I say in October, this month, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. So I didn't get to a book in October I really wanted to get to. I was dying to get to it, never got around to it, so I'm going to be adding it again to this month's TBR. And that is going to be Heaven's Official's Blessing. This is by Mo Ting Tang Xue. And I actually really want to get to this so badly, but the fact that I haven't gotten to it yet is almost like criminal because I know I'm gonna like this book. I think it's gonna be like eye-opening for me. I really want to get into BL light novels. I feel like I'm gonna adore that kind of, what is it called, category. So I'm just really looking forward to it. This is about a man from like the heavens or something, and he gets cast down and he falls in love with a mortal, and it just sounds so freaking sweet. It's so cute, and I've heard such good things about the series, so I am dying to get to it. Although I think I'm putting it too high on a pedestal. I'm a little bit nervous that it's going to be something that I won't love as much as I think I'm going to love it, but maybe I will. I don't know. I'm gonna hope for the best and we'll see. All right, let's move on now to our third roll for the video. We're almost halfway through, so let's get to the third roll. Okay, roll number 3. That's a 4. It's hard to see, but that is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, scratch off card. Okay, we're gonna film that right now, so be right back. All right, we got my scratch off cards right here. There are around, I think, 80 of them. So I'm not gonna look, I'm just gonna randomly choose one and I'll tell you what it is when I get it. So you have to just trust that I'm not looking right now. My eyes are closed. I'm going to go with this one, standing out a bit more than usual. Okay, so this is a book from the other category. So this is one that is not fantasy and not romance. So it's anything in between that. So let's see what this one is. Let's zoom in. Zoom. And let's see what this one's going to be. Okay, hoping it's not too big of a book, okay? What even is this? Oh, this is a graphic novel. So I'm going to talk about it in a second and tell you more about this book in a moment. So the third roll was a scratch off card, which I'm very excited for because of the fact that this is a shorter book. This is a graphic novel, and I'm so grateful for it because I don't need a long book, okay? I'm very happy to get this. As you saw, this is Garlic and the Vampire. This is by Bree Paulson, and again, this is a graphic novel. It's very cute and simple. I actually got this from Lotta's Nook. She doesn't do them in English anymore, at least, if not post at all, so I don't really watch her videos anymore, but I used to watch her when she first started her channel, and so I'm still gonna add people to my scratch off. I mean, I've had these for years that still don't do videos, but I will thank her anyway for the fact that she got me into reading this book. Hopefully I'll like it because I feel like bad when I don't like books that people like or recommend. So fingers crossed again that I will enjoy this book. This is about our female protagonist named Garlic, and of course, as you can see, she's like a bulb of garlic. She has a friend that's a carrot. And one day a vampire shows up to the town. They ask a garlic to deal with the situation because of course she's a garlic and, you know, vampires are weak against them. So they say, hey, you should deal with the situation. And so she's kind of like forced in the situation of dealing with this vampire that she doesn't want to do, by the way. And it's going to probably be very wholesome and sweet. I'm going to assume, like, look how cute she is. She's so cute. I feel so bad for her. I would not want to do that either, so I don't blame her at all. She only has to do this because she's garlic. She has no choice. And so we're going to see what happens with her and what's going to happen when she goes to the castle with the vampire and see what goes on. I'm really looking forward to it. It sounds really cute and simple, and it's very small, as you can see. The illustrations are also really, really cute. I mean, it is confusing because, like, she's harvesting bulbs of garlic and she is also garlic. So it's kind of confusing, but we'll find out. Hopefully I'll come back to you eventually and tell you if I enjoy this because it sounds interesting. It sounds fun. It sounds easy and simple. I know it's technically not October anymore. I still have like some spooky things behind me. I'm still gonna enjoy the fall kind of weather for a little bit longer. It's not winter yet. I'm not putting up Christmas decorations yet. It's not happening. I'm gonna enjoy the autumn and October, like Halloween vibes for a bit longer because it's one of my favorite seasons. So I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts. And I feel like having a book about garlic and vampires is a good kind of thing to step into before the Halloween and autumn kind of feel goes away. So yes, I'm going to be doing this one for my scratch off card and I'm looking forward to it. All right, let's move on now to my fourth roll. Okay, roll number 4. Oh, that's a big number. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm sorry, I have to go series. I need to continue my series. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 series tile. I forgot I have to actually pull my series. So let's see what series I continue for the month. It's going to whatever falls in my hand first. So this one, I got one. So the series I'm going to be continuing in November is, oh God. You know what? It's okay. I need to continue this. This is the Roots of Bristlebrook series. For the 4th roll, I got to continue a series, and I did randomize this one. Sometimes I like to choose my series. Sometimes I like to just randomize it with my TBR jar. I decided to randomize it this time, and I think I'm happy with it. I think. Not because I don't like the series, but because this book is a big one. This is going to be Entangled by Rebecca Quinn. This is continuing the Roots of Bristlebrook series. This is the 2nd book. I believe there are 3 books total, but this is over 600 pages. 676 pages. This is crazy amount of pages for a romance book, okay? This is a Why Choose dystopian post-apocalyptic book featuring one female character and I think it's 4 or 5 guys, and it's actually pretty good. Like, if you like Why Choose and you like those themes, totally recommend it. It was definitely a shocker because this was for my romance raffle video. I'm having a really hard time picking up books for my romance raffle videos and actually enjoying them. So when I chose this series and I loved it, I was shocked. And so I am very much looking forward to continuing this one because I wanted to know what happens next. I also love the guys. They're all really unique and interesting, which is very rare in Why Choose. Usually they kind of just like blend together. They don't really seem unique. They don't have really interests or differences. In this book though, all of them seem different and like unique, and I actually like them all for different reasons. I also dislike some of them for different reasons, but that's fine. I like almost all of them. There's only like 1 or 2 that I'm iffy about, but I love Jasper. My favorite. He's my favorite. But anyways, the first book ended in a way that I should have probably continued the series and picked up the 2nd book instantly, but I've been like living on the edge since I finished that 1st book, and now I actually get to continue the 2nd book. This is following our female protagonist. It's not really safe to live in this world anymore. It's very post-apocalyptic and everyone's kind of like surviving off the land, living on their own, although there are groups of men that kind of like work together to hunt, and some people do horrible things. They'll like go and find people, or women especially, and you know, it's not a safe place, especially for a woman. And so our female protagonist, she's kind of like living on her own, and then the group, the guy that we're following, the men that we're following for the romance, they find her and they're kind of like, we'll keep you safe as long as you kind of keep us company. And yeah, that's kind of how it works. And honestly, you think that like they would push her around, but there's actually a lot of like consent in this book. There's actually a lot of dialogue around her not wanting to do certain things, or her wanting to do certain things, or not liking things, and she'll actually voice her opinion on it. And they really respect that, and so I love that about this book. This could have been very like dark romance, and I guess a part of it is kind of like dark-esque, but it's not the romance itself that is. There's other aspects to it that's a little bit darker. And so I'm really liking the fact that they're actually respectable to her. You might think that's bare minimum. Well, unfortunately, a lot of romances don't always have that, so respect isn't always given in romances, so it's nice to see. I've been curious for months now, so it's about time I actually continue this. Okay, moving on to our 5th and final roll for the TBR board game. Moving on now to the 5th and final roll for the TBR of November. That is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. 5. Unwrap a book. Oh gosh, I'm so scared. Okay, let's do this. Well, hello. It is time now to pick up my books for my unwrap. As you can tell, I forgot how many there are now. There was around 30. Now there's probably around 27 or so. So let's go and choose 2 different books because I want to make sure I have an option. Actually, let me do 1, and then I'll decide if I need another one or not to like choose between. Let's just see. Maybe the first one will be the good one. We'll see. We'll find out. I got my little trinket tray right here, and we're going to see what I end up getting. So let's see. This number. All right, this is number, I will show you. There's a few big books in between 2, 5, and 15, but those are the 3 biggest books I have. Again, I wouldn't really want those right now, but eventually I'm gonna get them, so we'll find out. Okay, the number is, so 24. Ooh, I actually really like number 24. It's one of my other favorite numbers because I think it's one of my, oops, I'm so clumsy. Let's see what number 24 is. Let's see. It's behind Lying Cat right here. You know what? This is a solid one. I think I'm just going to choose this one. I don't think I'm going to choose a second book. I think this is good enough. It's a small enough size. It's pretty moderate, so probably under 400 pages. So I think this is fine. I think I can go with this one. This is one of my older wrapping papers. I wrapped these over 2 years ago now, probably around 3 years ago now, so I completely forget what's in these. This is a hardcover, so let's see what this one is. I'm not gonna look, I'm gonna let you look first, and then we'll determine what this book is. So I'm not even gonna guess, I'm just gonna open it and see what it is. Is it upside down or is it what way is the right direction? This has to be the front because this is the cover. This is the title. Yeah, this is the title. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. Oh, okay. This is interesting. So, this series is one of the oldest series I have on my shelves. I've had this since I was a literal teenager, probably around the age of like 14 or 15 years old. I've had them and have never finished the series. I think I finished the first book, I think, and I don't think I finished the rest of the books. So I remember reading this book a long time ago. I remember sitting on my bed, sharing a room with my sister, which I haven't done in over half my life now, and reading this book and never actually finishing the trilogy. And so I've kept it since then. And let me show you the trilogy. I have it right here. So I own the box set, as you can see. Like I said, this was from when I was a kid. So I don't even know if they sell these anymore in this edition. I love these covers. They're so pretty. This is Shiver, obviously. This is Forever, and this is Linger. I think it's Linger, and then it's Forever. But it's very like autumnal. This is like more autumnal. This is more spring. And then the other one is Winter. And they're so pretty. And a really cool thing about these books, I'm not sure, some people might not be able to read these very well, but the font is actually the same color as the covers. I'll show you like a little clip of it, that the font is actually, you know, blue, really, really dark blue, green, and red, which is actually a kind of cool concept. And I've also done the edges myself. I don't love the autumnal one, but I did them according to the seasons. It's okay, they're cute. I like them. I like the middle one the most. I did it all by hand, okay? I didn't have stencils. So I did my best for what I had, as you can see. But I think it's really cute, and I'm finally going to be getting to this after 15 or so years of not reading it. When did this come out? So this came out 2009. I was 15 years old when this book came out. I probably didn't read it though when it came out because I had the trilogy. So again, I was probably around like 16, 17, 18 years old when these came out, and I never finished them. So not quite half my life, but very close to that, which is crazy. It definitely is a romance between these two people. I don't really know if I'll read the novella because it's like not really well beloved. It's kind of not seen as like a great book. So I think I'm just gonna read this trilogy and that's it. I might not even want to read this trilogy because it's probably very old. Well, it is. It's 2009, which is a long time ago, sadly. And I feel like it's definitely going to be a bit hard for me to read older YA because it's been such a long time since I've read older YA, and it doesn't always age very well. So I'm hoping for the best. We'll find out. But this has been a trilogy that I've had on my shelves. Out of all the books I own, this is the oldest one I own. It's also cool because the chapters have temperature, which is unfortunate that it's Fahrenheit because I don't read Fahrenheit Americans. I know Celsius, not Fahrenheit. There is temperatures in the book, so it kind of associates with the seasons, which is really cool too. But yeah, it's about a girl who sees wolves in the forest, and there's one that's like her wolf, the one that's kind of most interested in her. And eventually she finds out it's actually not only a wolf, but it's actually a boy. So yeah, very simple premise. I think there's also romance between the two of them. This is just under 400 pages. So this is a perfect book for me. So I'm going to be reading Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater for the month of November for my Unwrap book. So I'm not going to talk much about it because I already did. I got Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. This is obviously the book I got for my Unwrap. And again, this is one of my oldest books on the shelves. So it's about time I get to it because I really need to, obviously, since I've had it for so long. Before I moved out of my parents' house, I got rid of almost everything because I was moving into a new city and a new place and there wasn't a lot of space in it. And so this is one of the few books I actually got to keep. So I don't know if I'll actually unhaul these books or not, even if I don't like them, because they kind of hold like a special place in my heart. Like I said, I kind of like got rid of everything I owned, and I kind of regret some of those books that I got rid of. So I might keep this one anyway. I'll find out. I want to get rid of books I don't like, but I also kind of want to have like at least a few books that are from my childhood, even if they're not the best. But we'll find out. Maybe I'll like it. I don't know. Don't have the highest hopes, but hey, again, it's okay. It has sentimental value to me, so it's okay. Okay, that's all for my TBR board game, although there's 2 more books I want to add to my November TBR, so I still have a few more I want to add that you've seen already before, and I'll make this really quick because I've already talked about them in the past. The first one being Gallows Hill by Darcy Coates. I have not finished it. I actually only just recently started this book. I still have a few days left of the month, but I really want to prioritize Oathbringer so I can get the vlog up on time. I've already kind of had it not up on time, so I really need to do that. I only just recently started this. I don't think I'm going to be finishing it in October, so I'm probably going to be finishing the last few, like maybe half of the book in November. So yes, I'll be finishing hopefully Gallows Hill in early November. I mean, again, it's still autumn in my eyes, so I'm going to accept it and appreciate it for as long as I can, because it feels like autumn is like the shortest season. It just feels like that, So I'm gonna just enjoy it while I can, even though my allergies are horrible. But I still love the weather, okay? And I love the vibes, but I hate the allergies. It sucks. I also have my little Boo bookmark, see? Isn't it cute? But yes, I will be bringing this over from October into November. Another book I wanted to get into November is a book that I've been wanting to read, I've been trying to get to, but I haven't really been prioritizing. It is an ARC that's already out right now. This is I, Medusa. This is by Ivana Gray, and this is, I want to get this so badly. My mental health wasn't in the best space when I wanted to start picking this book up. I did read the first, I think like chapter or two, but again, my mental health was not great. I didn't want to pick it up until I felt a little bit better, and I think I'm getting a little bit better, so I think I will try to get this done in November. I almost always get my ARCs done on time. This one I just didn't want to push myself reading. This is the story of Medusa prior to and after what happens to her, and I think this is YA. It's not in extreme detail, I think, because it's YA. I'll let you know if that changes when I read the book itself, but it goes through before when she's happier and she's actually hopeful, and then the after effects when she's more like villainous, quote unquote, because of what happened to her and the way people see her afterward. Although I don't really think she's a villain, I think she's a survivor who's just taking it out on people because they deserve it. So we'll see. A little bit nervous about it because it's a little bit heavier of all the books in this list, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be really important, and I love Medusa's story. It's tragic, but I think it's a very important one for a lot of people. So I'm really hoping I could get to this arc and finish it so that I can actually get my review up and catch up to the rest of my arcs on NetGalley. I make sure that my feedback ratio on NetGalley is 100%. So once I get this one up, it'll be 100% feedback ratio. I only ever order books I will read, definitely. And I always make sure I do not order more than one in the same month, so that way I can get the review up a month prior. I've only ever gotten approved for 18 books though, so I don't have like hundreds of books on my NetGalley. Once I finish this, I will thankfully be back at 100%, and I'm looking forward to it because I want to keep it at that ratio. With that, that is all the books I want to get to in November. Here is the list. It's still exciting. I think there's a lot of books on this list I'm really looking forward to. Maybe not as exciting as October's, but again, you know what? I'm anticipating it. I'm looking forward to this, and I'm hoping I will like almost all the books on this list, if not all of them. October was like a slightly mediocre month in regards to my reads, so I'm hoping that changes in November, and hopefully my headspace is better so that I can actually enjoy the books. I also applied for a job, and I don't know if I'm going to be contacted back or not, so if I do get a job, this is probably going to be even harder for me to get to, but also I get money, so I'm not really complaining that much about it. But yeah, if I do get one, it's going to be a little bit harder for me to actually get to my goals and read the books I want to get to. But right now, at least I don't have to worry about it, and I can just read the books, and hopefully I have time to read regardless if I get a job or not. I'll have time. So fingers crossed I actually get to almost all these books and I read them and I enjoy them. But we all want to get to our TBRs. I mean, we maybe not always get to them, but we want to get to them, and that's what matters most. With all that being said, that is the end of this video. Let me know what you want to get to in November, even if you don't really want to put anything down below, or you just want to put something to show your support. Is there a garlic emoji? Wait, is there? I'm gonna check out this video and see if they have a garlic one. They better, because garlic is one of the best vegetables, okay? I'm obsessed with garlic, so I'm happy to see it, which means I'm not a vampire, which is very important. Maybe it's best I'm not a vampire, but regardless, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Have a great reading month in the month of November. Wild. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everyone.